How are we going there? That should have sound now, I believe.
There's no sound.
Yeah. There we go. I think we're hopefully going. Give me a thumbs up, maybe, if you can hear me okay. We'll try this out. There we go. We're good now. There we go. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're making pizza dough today. We'll edit out the beginning part when it when it goes back on YouTube. So thanks for joining me. Virtual dinner party tonight. We are going to make pizza dough. We've been talking about pizza dough for, I think, months now, but let's do it tonight. So first thing first, what we're going to do is heat up the oven 425 because I'm actually going to cook a little pizza as well. So let's get that 425. And then we'll start to now make the dough. Now, pizza dough, really easy to make. I've got the ingredients all. If you're going to be following along, I've got all the ingredients down in the description as well as the directions. So we'll get started. But I guess I should say hi to everybody who we've got here. We've got Sam's here, Nadia's here. Welcome, welcome. Christine is here. Dean is here. Mike's having frozen pizza tonight. Come on, Mike. You could make this one. It's easy. Who else? Son of a Pizza Man. Uh-oh. So Son of a Pizza Man, I'm guessing, has probably a good recipe for pizza dough as well. And so we'll try and do our best here. This is one I found and tried it out over the weekend. So it works pretty good. I like it. Let's get started. Ingredients. I've got them all printed out. Baking, obviously, we need to follow our ingredients. So 3 cups of flour in this as well. So 3 cups here. I've measured all these out ahead of time. We're gonna have to use, this one's kind of a neat one actually, this recipe, because it uses honey instead of sugar for the yeast to feed the yeast. So kind of gives it just a bit different. I don't know if I can taste the difference, but kind of something different. We're gonna use this one. This one's an easy one too, because it calls for the packages of yeast. So it makes it easy to measure. And then warm water and extra virgin olive oil. So easy to follow along. So let's get started here, and we will get this going. Now we are trying a new system here today, so I'm getting used to this. But let's take a look here and see if all this works. There we go, and we've got perfect. Hopefully that works. Overhead cam there. So first thing first, let's open up the yeast. Yeast in a bowl, and the water we want to add to this is like not hot water, but we do want it to be pretty warm. It's going to start to feed. The yeast is going to get activated here, so we can use it. So I'm just running the hot water enough to. We don't want to burn. You're not going to be burning hot, but we want it warm, a good warm here. So measure out. It takes always a while where I am for the hot water to start. So let's get this started. But while this is heating up, this water here. Good question. Normal honey. You could, you know what? This one calls for just a teaspoon of honey. So yeah, I think you could probably, Christine, add just regular sugar would be fine. Yeah, definitely. This honey is just regular liquid honey. I don't think you'd want that solid honey. But running, there we go. I guess it would help if I have it turned on all the way. So good question. And Nadia, if you're looking for the recipe for the pizza dough, it's in the description down below. You can print it out from the YouTube if you check it out. Probably easier to check it out on your computer, and then you can just print it. So measure out, we're going to use a cup of water altogether, but into the yeast, we just want to add about 1/4 cup. Doesn't have to be, we don't have to perfectly measure 1/4 cup in there. Give it a stir, along with a teaspoon of honey. Now I find the honey, I've warmed this up in warm water ahead of time, just helps it pour a little bit better. So that's going to feed the yeast. And just give it a stir and get it all mixed in. So it is all the yeast is, it smells good with the honey. This honey is nice. Here we go. And just get a spatula and you can spatula it down. Now we want to let this sit for about 10 minutes, just so the yeast gets activated. And there we go. And then hello, who we have? We have more people here. Let's see who we have. We have so Undell, welcome, and oh, Rob's here. Hey, Rob, welcome. And so we'll let the yeast just kind of sit for 10 minutes. Oven's heating up. Lots of waiting with pizza dough, so we can chat. I didn't pour anything to drink. So what's everybody, first off, I guess, what's everybody having to drink right now? I'm just gonna have some water. For pizza, beer would be good with pizza. Maybe some red wine. If anybody's following along, hello. Susan, good question. Maple syrup, you could try. Yeah, you could try it. You just need some sugar really to activate the yeast. So I don't see that being could give it a try. Should work. I've only ever used regular sugar and now honey. So you give it a shot. Worst case is it won't work, and you're out of a bit of flour and some a package of yeast. So not the end of the world. So Susan's having water. I'm having water. Mike's having decaf coffee. Let's take this off. And happy cruising. Welcome. And Christine having Strongbow. You could have Strongbow and pizza. All right. So that's sitting. Oven's going. Perfect. And today for the pizza, I'm gonna make. I made some dough over the weekend, so what I'm gonna do is I'll make one as we're waiting, because there's lots of waiting with dough. It's the kind of thing that you can do in the morning, and then it'll be ready for if you want to have it for lunch, or it can be put in the fridge for having later on at dinner. Because it's not the kind of thing really that we're gonna do it we'll do it in an hour here, but it won't kind of be fully. We won't have to do all the proofing, because it's a lot of just sitting and waiting over the live stream. Not very exciting to watch pizza dough proof, but we'll get there. So you'll be able to see, I'll show you here, is when the yeast mixture is there. So it kind of almost gets kind of bubbly, I guess would be the best way to describe it. So you can kind of see it starts to bubble up. That means the yeast is getting activated with the sugar. All right. So from that, let's do the next step here. We are wanting to add. Excuse me here. We're going to add the rest of the warm water, and give it a bit of a stir, and then just add about a cup of the flour. Doesn't have to be this. Now this part we've measured out 3 cups at the very beginning. So adding a cup now, it's okay. Give it a good stir. It's going to kind of make like a batter. So it doesn't have to be exactly. What am I trying to say here? It doesn't have to be exactly what the measurements, because we're going to go. And then olive oil. We need it's asking for a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. There we go. And then just get that all mixed in. Now, all we really are going to do is with the flour, we're going to basically add it until we can't really it gets too heavy to stir with the mixture. Now what I found with this, because we are going to be kneading it and working in some of the flour, is to leave about a quarter of a cup out of it. So don't quite mix it all in, because as we knead it, it's going to we're gonna have to add a bit more so it doesn't stick to the counter. So there we go. We can't really do much more with the spoon. So at this point, we want to get our hands in there, and we'll knead it by hand. So we can do a bit in here. I kind of find it works well to do it in the bowl, because it's just kind of easier, keeps it all in one place. We want to work all this together as much as possible. And then just turn it out on the counter. Now, this is all we have to do. Is this will all come together. We just have to slowly knead it. So, and as we're going here, I'll thank Andel, thanks so much for the super chat. That's so awesome. That's your second one you've sent now. I always appreciate it. It helps out the channel. We use it to buy gadgets for the channel, kitchen gadgets and camera gadgets and all that kind of stuff. So there we go. So a couple new visitors here today. Welcome. I'll do my best. I can't put your comments up on the screen right yet because I don't want to get my computer all covered in flour. But let's see here. I know, Christine, I think you asked about oil, right? Yes, you could use a different oil for sure. I think it was Christine. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But as you see, it will all come together. It looks, it takes a bit. We're gonna be kneading this for about 10 minutes. So get comfortable. You can always pour yourself another glass of water or whatever you're having to drink. And you can always just adding a bit of the flour that was left over. I found with this recipe, now it didn't quite need all the flour, all the 3 cups, but pretty close. So it just takes a bit. Oh, sorry about that, Susan. Oil. Yeah, so you could try a different oil for sure. I don't see why not. Different types of oil would probably change the flavor a little bit. There's not a lot in there. So, and Christine, if you could ask me again, there we go. Yeah, we said 10 minutes, Christine, but what I'm kind of doing here is, because of the live stream, we like to kind of keep things as an hour. We don't want to be longer. So I did kind of jump the gun a little bit, and maybe about half the time. It's just going to take a bit longer to proof. It'll still proof. And because it was all mixed in, and we mixed it in like that batter with the flour, it's all going to be, it's not like it's going to be in one spot, So we'll be okay. We'll all be okay. And it's just a matter of scooping it all in and getting it all incorporated. It will eventually all come together. If you don't have a countertop that is like a marble or like the type of counter that won't stick, you can always use like a big wood cutting board. I find works well too, but you will have to put a bit more flour down. You almost don't need any flour with the marble. It has enough from the recipe. And this is a good way to get your exercise, making pizza dough. And happy cruising, welcome. I'm glad you liked the stream. Thanks, everybody. If you did have one of those KitchenAids, those mixers, you could definitely use that with the dough hook. That would save you some. Time. Usually, those things will knead everything a bit faster, and also save your energy. But I don't know. It's okay. It's kind of relaxing. You can just zone out. If you're doing this and not streaming, you don't have to do anything. You can just knead and not pay attention. And so for Christine, good question. So I made some dough on the weekend, and I've got a bit of just plain tomato sauce, and I've got some of that Romano cheese to grate, and I'm just going to do just a simple cheese pizza. I'm going to put, I've got fresh jalapenos though, Christine, and I'm going to slice some fresh jalapenos on there instead. Make it a bit spicy. But it would be nice with some oil, for sure. I don't remember having oh, maybe, yeah, there was that spicy, that's right. There was that really spicy pizza we had in Cabo. That's right, it had the oil drizzle on top. I do have some chili oil. I could drizzle some of that on top. For sure. There we go. So you can see as it's all it's really incorporating, it's almost all in there. You'll get it all in eventually. It just takes patience, but it is fun. That's right, Nadia, it's fun to do by hand. The thing with doing it by hand too is you kind of get to know the feel of it, I guess, because you can kind of feel the dough, whether it's needs a, sometimes it needs a bit more liquid or a bit more flour. It's kind of a neat feeling, when you've made dough that is going to work. You can it's definitely kind of like a little bit sticky, and then it's got that like just kind of supple, kind of soft touch when you feel it. Okay, getting a break here. Holy. Oh, Happy Cruising did a hibachi dinner. Yeah, we've got a barbecue here. Happy Cruising. We'll do the bar. We'll get the camera out into the. We'll get the camera out into the barbecue in the summer when we get a nice day of weather, and do barbecue for sure. Okay, let's get this out of the way. So you won't get it all in. And we'll just mix here. We got one stubborn piece needs to get in there. And Diane's here. Welcome, Diane. You missed on the pizza. Oh, you went to Italian twice. That's the hard part with visiting all-inclusive and only being there for a certain number of days. That's right. And then you miss you can't eat everywhere. And you don't want to miss anything out. So. There we go. So you can kind of see, if I can show here, it's almost all worked in. You can kind of see some kind of the spots, but we're definitely getting there. If you find your dough is a little bit dry, I kind of find it works a bit better just to put instead of water, is you can just drizzle a few little drops of olive oil. Seems to do the trick. So there we go. So now this just needs a few more minutes because it's all finely incorporated. and then we'll get to the next step. I need a helper here to knead. This is a good recipe because it gives you kind of 4 individual sized pizzas, probably around, I want to say 5-6 inch diameter. They're not huge. You could definitely not divide them as much if you didn't want to. But what I like to do with this is, we'll get to that step, but we'll portion it into 4. And then it actually freezes quite well. So what you can do is freeze it in a Ziploc bag in individual portions. And then when you want to have pizza, just take it out of the freezer in the morning, put it in the fridge, and then by the time your lunch or dinner rolls around, just put it on the counter. I'm getting out of breath here, holy. Put it on the counter to bring it to room temperature, and you can roll it out and have it for dinner or lunch. There we go. So you can kind of see it's got a nice, it's kind of stretchy, but it's all kneaded in there. So let's do the next step, and then we'll make, as we're waiting, there we go. How's that? Pizza dough. Cardio. I'll have muscles if I keep rolling pizza every day. So into a ball, all done. Now you can use the same bowl that we use to mix it. We want to put another. Put another tablespoon of olive oil into the. You don't really have to measure this. And then into the bowl, coat it, all the sides. And make sure it's all kind of covered in the oil, all the sides. Okay, leave it like that. Now, from there, I'm gonna wash my hands again here. Here we are. And then what we want to do is get a dish towel. You could also use saran wrap, but what's nice is grab a clean dish towel and just get it damp with warm water. And we just cover it up with a damp towel. And this we want to proof for, it's about half an hour. You ideally want to have it in a warm spot. So I'm just going to put this on top of the oven is on, but we don't obviously want to put it in a hot oven. But I'll just put it on top because it's got a bit of heat coming up from the bottom, because we've got the oven heating up for the pizza we're actually going to cook. Normally, what I do for proofing the dough is you can turn your oven on for about like 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, and then turn it off. And the heat in there, it'll be warm, and then you can put that in the oven, and it's like a nice warm spot. It'll proof faster. What'll happen if it's cool, if it's a cooler room, it's just going to take longer to proof. And there we go. Now we have to wait. My mom's here. Hi, Mom. So while we're waiting, we'll get this. We're going to start and make a pizza. But while we're waiting, if you haven't already, just hit the like button. It always helps out the channel. And if I haven't said hi to, just type in the chat, hello, just so I know you're all here. Who's all here and still watching. And then we'll go back and see if I've missed anybody's questions. I always apologize if I did. I think I got everybody. And again, thanks Indel for the super chat. That's way too generous. You don't need to do that, but it's appreciated. Thank you. You've never heard the term proof? Yeah, proof the dough. That's the only thing I've ever called it. So what have you always referred to it? I don't know. All right. So best part is for pizza, we've got some tomato sauce that I made up, fresh tomato, and some cheese. So this is just some basic tomato sauce, tomatoes, herbs, pureed tomato. Nothing fancy for the pizza sauce. And I'm going to grate some fresh cheese on top, and then I'll grate some on after it's cooked too as well. So she always used when it's ready. That's good. I like that one. When it's ready. What's ready when it's ready? Yeah, you'll know. Basically, the dough will, once it's been proofing for everybody for about half an hour, it will actually almost double in size. So that's how you know when it's ready. When it's ready, it's ready. And Susan, for super chat. So super chat's like when the live streams are on, Susan, it is like a donation to the channel. So if you look on the chat I think it's on the left side. There's a little dollar sign. Wherever there's a little dollar sign, that's where you can put in, and it puts it onto your Google account, and it sends it towards. Well, in my case, for this stream, for the super chat, it goes towards the stream as a donation. There we go. Let's go back to the overhead, and there we go. So after the dough has proofed, let's get some in the room here. We're going to divide it into 4, and we're going to have 4. We'll do it as well, but I just want to get this. We'll put this in the oven so everybody can see a pizza cook. It's going to be about 4 sizes of dough this big, and it's quite light, and you can see it's definitely nice and soft dough. This was made on the weekend, but I just put it into the fridge. So a little bit of flour on the counter. You don't need a lot, just enough so your fingers don't stick. And basically, you don't even need to. It's so soft, you don't really even need to roll it. We can just do this with our fingers. But if you do have a rolling pin, definitely you can roll it out. And is there basil? There's some basil in the sauce, Nadia, but we don't have any fresh basil anymore in the plant. So it's just going to be just tomato sauce and cheese, basic, and a sliced jalapeno for everybody that likes the spice. And that's right, Christine. Yeah, once you have 1,000, if I can, it's gonna. I'm definitely not good at flipper. But what you can do is kind of hold it up and just turn it. So as you're going here, if you see, I'm just turning it slowly, and it's making the pizza. It's almost like we're stretching it. This part does take a little bit of practice, but you'll have 4, so you can make them, and they don't have to be perfectly round. Pizza's basil, yeah. Pizza's, if they're a bit misshapen, then when you're serving them at your dinner and having friends over, they know it's homemade. Well, partly because you're going to be making it in front of them, but it doesn't have to be perfectly round. So it's going to make about that size. I don't know if I can. I think I can flip it. Let's see. There we go. How's that? There. So let's put that back on. There we go. So we're going to have a pizza like so. So it's not huge. They're not big, huge pizzas, but they're a good size for a little snack. So if you wanted to make a bigger pizza, obviously you just don't cut it into 4, only cut it into 3. Let's see. Interesting. I have never barbecued a pizza, Christine. So I couldn't, you know what? I couldn't tell you. Maybe in a cast iron pan on the barbecue. That might work. I actually don't know how it's done. You have to maybe do a video, or we'll figure, maybe come on the show one time and we'll do something, because I've never seen that. You could add some dry stuff into the dough. I guess you'd want to do that if you were going to do something like add stuff to the dough. You definitely would want to eat it that day. I don't think you want to start freezing stuff that's not just dough. It might not last the same, right? So we're ready to. This is ready to go. But on a pan, it helps to have a little bit of, on the bottom is cornmeal, and what that does is it'll stop it from sticking on the bottom of the pan. There we are. They're like little ball bearings almost, right? That go on there. And I like to brush I put the oil away, but I like to brush the bottom and the edges just with a little touch of olive oil as well. That'll keep it from really burning, but also gives it some nice flavor. Some people even will mix a little bit of honey as well in with the olive oil. So there we are. I still have to cut up my chili though. So let's get that there. Tomato sauce. You don't need a lot. It's kind of like nice little flatbread pizza, right? So you don't need a ton of sauce. Spread around. And basically any topping you like is okay on pizza. And I'm just going to slice these fairly thin because they're jalapenos and they're spicy. We'll lay those around. We'll kind of give like one piece per, or one pepper per slice, I guess would be the best way to do it. Pretty basic pizza, but we just like it kind of plain. Now we're just gonna put Parmesan cheese. Now for grating, I like using the microplane. This just gives a nice fine cheese. And we'll grate a little bit on there at the end too. So a little bit of cheese. Put that away. And I'd like to put in a little bit of cracked pepper on the pizza. And now we are there ready to put it into the oven. So 425 into the oven. Now we wait. So I see some questions here on pizza. So pizza oven, sorry, Christine, let me know what you mean. I guess like a barbecue. I'm not sure what you're mentioning there, but what is everybody? I saw Mike here says needs pineapple. So what's everybody's favorite pizza to have? I always like just plain cheese. That's kind of my thing. I will have pineapple on there every once in a while though too. Yeah. I just like cheese. But I know Nadia doesn't like pineapple. That's for sure. I don't like ham. It's weird. I don't like ham and pineapple pizza, but I will have pineapple pizza. But I think I'm my world minority here. Everybody says, so pineapple does not belong on pizza, said Diane. Yeah. And then Sam agrees. No pineapple. So no pineapple. Christine likes spicy Hawaiian. Good choice. And Nadia says yuck. So I guess no pineapple. Pepperoni. Pepperoni, mushrooms. So fancy prawns, goat cheese, and mushroom. I'm not a big seafood on pizza. I'm like this. I like plain pizzas. It's funny. I just cheese, simple. But Mike has a good point there. Any pizza is good, so that makes perfect sense. I think any pizza is good. So I'm interested with this barbecue. Acts like an oven. Use burner on one side and have pizza on the other without the burner on. Okay, good. Okay, now Dean, do you put the pizza like right on the grill slats? That's the part that I'm kind of confused by. So if you let me know, that might work. Oh, and that sounds good too. I love eating pizza on the street side, family-run restaurant in Rome. I remember when Nadia was in Italy too, last summer. No, summer before. Okay, last summer, and she sent me pictures of pizza from like outside like the Trevi Fountain in Rome or something like that. And it's like, oh, go away. But grilled. Okay, son of a pizza man, grilled pizza. I'm confused that the pizza, it won't drop down in the grill. That's what I'm kind of wondering about. Which is weird. And yeah, so I think everybody agrees that any pizza is good as long as it's in Rome. And okay, so it doesn't. Okay, I'll have to try this. I'm gonna have to go. If son of a pizza man, I'm hoping you have pizza. If you're cooking pizza, hopefully on your channel, hopefully you have a barbecue pizza video. I'm gonna look at that, because it's just one of those things that doesn't seem like it should work. So Dean does it on a pan and then finish in the grill. Okay. So you could do it on a cast iron flat and then finish it on the grill so it gets a bit crispy. And there we go. So I have a grilled pizza video on his channel, so I'm gonna have to check this out. And everybody else is curious about grilled pizza, because I've never even heard of that. And it's true. Last summer does feel like 10 years ago. Yeah, definitely. What month is it? There we go. All right, let's see how this is coming. It always takes a while to proof. We're gonna be kind of waiting for the dough, but we'll stream for a while. I'll eat the pizza in front of everybody, and then we'll see how the dough works. It's one of those things where it's a bit cool. It is a bit cooler inside here today, and I don't have it in the oven, so it might not be fully proof, but we can show you kind of the step. You got the recipe, you've got the process, and then we'll go from there. And that's a good point. The restaurant in Rome has only 10 seats, checkered tablecloths. You know they have good pizza. That's probably a good tip. Good tip. In Italy, one of Nadia's friends, I asked him for a recipe for pizza dough, because I figured we're gonna do pizza dough on the channel. I'll ask an Italian, like, we might as well get an authentic one. He sent me a pizza. He used to, I guess, work in a pizza shop, and he sent me a pizza recipe, and it was for it would have fed like 500 people. So I didn't convert it. So we found another one that I like to make instead. So it was just kind of funny. I would have had pizza for the next year, pizza dough. I would have been rolling this giant dough. Let's check this in the oven here. Come in. So that's the pizza, once it's cooking, it does take about 15 minutes. And you'll know when it's done, because it's going to be nice brown on the side. It's not a big pizza, so it doesn't take too long. If we did have a pizza stone, those are always kind of good to cook a pizza in. Preheat the stone with the oven, and then you top your pizza on the cutting board. Transfer. You'd still want to put some of the cornmeal on top, and then transfer it onto the pizza stone and back into the oven, it seems to crisp up and cook a bit faster if it's on the stove or with the stone, because it has the heat that's already kind of built in there. So, yeah. But I guess I didn't ask as well, what's everybody else having for dinner tonight? We're having pizza, obviously. That's too funny. What would be the required to make me eat Marmite? I guess Marmite, anything. It's disgusting. I could do that. I should do that. We'll make I don't know how much. I would eat Marmite for, let's see, I don't know. We'll decide that when we do on the next stream. With a side, like Marmite and kale. That's actually a good idea, Christine, for super chats. You can make me eat disgusting stuff. I don't know what the channel would turn into. But Marmite is definitely gross, and kale is just as much. Although I've had kale before in like that shredded. There's some of that mix that you can buy. That salad mix has kale. I don't mind that because it's chopped up small enough that it's not. You don't really, if you don't know it's kale, I guess then you're not. But like big leaves of kale. Yeah, that's too funny. Marmite and kale. Let's here. It's come up about, well, here I can show. I'll just show you so you can kind of see as we go here, because it's probably been about what, 10 minutes, I guess, since. So I guess Christine, thank you for the super chat. You don't have to do that. So I guess I'm eating Marmite on Wednesday. Marmite and kale. Ugh. What do I have to eat here? It's too far. And beet for Jason. Yeah, you never get Jason to eat beets. That's too weird, Christine. Here, let's give the just so you can kind of take a little peek. So it's come up. Not. I mean, a little bit, but you can see it's starting to grow. You know, the dough's starting to grow. Still needs a while. So by the time the pizza is ready, we'll be close enough as to be ready. Okay, you guys don't do this. Nadia, you guys are crazy. Thanks so much. I don't even know what to say. Okay, I guess I'm eating kale, and okay, that's enough. No more. Kale and Marmite. I hope I can find. I hope I can't find it here. Well, I'll find a Marmite. So Nadia wants kale and Christine wants Marmite. I'll try and find it in the store, and we'll make something for Wednesday, or maybe I'll just do a separate video thanking you both. Thank you. That's too funny. Kale on pizza. Jason puts kale on his pizza, Sam. Yeah. So we'll make 2 little pizzas. This recipe is great because you can divide them, right? So we can make our own and have our own toppings. So I'll do what I want on the pizza, and then Jason he'll put a kale on top after, and it gets in the oven. It gets crispy, like dried, like chips almost. So he'll have that on his pizza. I won't eat it, but. So Christine, they'll ship Marmite. Yeah, I'll find Marmite. They must have. There's a Whole Superstore probably has it, and there's a Whole Foods here. I would assume. Not Whole Foods. Urban. What's the other one? Urban Fare. No. Not Urban Fare. Is it Urban Fare? Yeah, Urban Fare. The Save On one. They probably will have Marmite or Vegemite, maybe. They're both equally bad, I think. So we'll find it. Kale on pizza. And yeah, thank you. No, I appreciate it. It's always nice. We'll use it. Always put it towards the channel, so make it better for everybody. And Mike agrees. Kale sounds gross. Yes. And Julin, welcome to the channel. I think this is your first time here. Welcome. we're cooking. Well, we made pizza dough today. It is proofing in the bowl, but we also have a little pizza in the oven. So we're waiting for that, and then we're going to try it and then let you know how the dough tastes. But welcome. Marmite crust. Watch me try this and actually like it, because I've only had it on like what's Marmite and like toast. You know, what do you guys like with toast and stuff? And it's kind of gross. But I think if we hide it enough with, I don't know, figure something out. Yeah, welcome. Marmite crust. Marmite crust might be, I don't know. I'll find it, right? I'll find something. Kale. So Christine, okay, so use it here. So use instead of sauce, then just cheddar cheese on top. Interesting. Okay. We'll see. Still not convinced. Let's check on the pizza here. Still needs a few minutes. So I've had it in the oven. I always lose track of time. Someone will, hopefully it's time. Christine's probably timing me, but 7 minutes, 6 minutes. It's been on the bottom rack. I'm gonna now, because the bottom will be crispy, I'm gonna move it up to the middle rack to finish it off. But it only needs probably like 2 minutes left. So we'll bring it out and we'll give it a try. Oh, the salt. Yeah, there'll be lots of salt in Marmite, so none for Jason. I can try. Well, this is the thing. I'll try it, but I haven't had like the same like salt. Other like this cheese, there's obviously salt in the Parmesan cheese, Christine, but very, very limited for ages. So it'll probably taste extra disgusting. It's okay. We'll try it. Just a little bit. And she wants to try pizza. If you know what, if next time you can follow along, if you follow along, we do the demo. You'll be able to have pizza. But again, if you're new, obviously the channel, I'm not sure if you're subscribed, but we do regular videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we do dinners and recipes every 3 times a week at the same time. So feel free to come back. I do post it usually a day or two ahead of time what we're going to be cooking. So if you have the ingredients, by all means, you can follow along, and you'll be able to try it as well. So I will hate it. I would hate it anyways. So maybe just extra kale. Okay, this is going to be ready. Let's take this pizza. Let's take this pizza out of the oven. There we go. Pizza. I need my little spatula. Kind of a basic pizza, but it gives us a more to try to make sure, see the crust work. Let's turn that off. And we'll cut it up. I need a plate. So I'm going to cut it up, and then let's just see the dough. Oh, it's coming. I'm going to put that into the, I've got the oven door like wide open to cool off, but I've got the, I put the dough just in the back of the oven there to, okay, pizza time. So nice little personal size pizza. Here we are. Just basic cheese, jalapeno. And then we'll take a taste, and we'll get back to the we'll take a taste, and then we'll get back to the dough, and we'll show you the next step for the dough, okay? And so Spam pizza, we're talking, I don't know about all this stuff. And Mike says too small. Happy pizza, Mike. Happy pizza. And then, yeah, they are small, little pieces, but that's okay. Let's give it a taste. Pizza. So, you can see. I like this crust because it's kind of between like, you know, if you were to roll it really thin, it'd be kind of crunchy, but it's not overly doughy, but it's still not like super flat. So there's got a bit of an edge, bit of a crust on the side for the dough. And it's good. Another thing we could do with pizza, we've had this, let's do this here, as we're waiting for everything to go. We've got that. I do like it a little bit spicy. So we do have some oil. This is some of our red chili oil that we did a few weeks ago that I've used we use this one for the Thai soup, so I've still got some left. And we can do a drizzle of that over top. Would be good. You can even get a few if you have in the chili. If you like chilies on your pizza, this is something a little different to try. For sure. You could also sprinkle on some of these are the dry chilies, if you like a little bit of bite on your pizza. And I'm gonna have one more piece. Let's try it with the chilies. It's nice with definitely nice with the oil on top. Gives it a little kick. And I do have to, you're right, Dean, I do have to do a video on the chili oil. I will. We've still got tons left, so when it's finished, we'll make more. It's really good. And it is delicious. Because it's a flatbread too. So, Dean, you're right. Trendy flat. It's kind of like mixed between flatbread and pizza. You could put on there as well. Instead of, you could skip the sauce. Brush with olive oil. This is always good. I've had it in restaurants before. Brush with olive oil, and then bake it off with make some red, like caramelized red onion, almost like a red onion marmalade kind of idea. So saute off the red onions so they're really, really well cooked, like caramelized. Add a touch of balsamic vinegar to them. Then you can spread the onions on the pizza dough, and fire it in. You can put a tiny bit of little goat cheeses on there. Is nice. A little bit of goat cheese. Put it into the oven and cook it, and it comes out. And do the drizzle of the balsamic vinegar on top. The reduced balsamic vinegar. And it's nice on there. Also tossed up with a little bit of olive oil. Put some, for the greens, put some arugula or some of that mixed kind of salad mix, just a little bit on top. And it's nice flatbread kind of happy. Basically, we could even do that. We'll do that one day on the channel, because I'm gonna have some pizza and dough in the freezer to pull out. It's perfect. It's like such a fast. Like once you have this dough made, it's so versatile, right? So to do different toppings. I could eat this whole thing. I'll have one more piece while you're watching, and then we'll get to the dough. We could do a whole week on pizzas with all the toppings. And that's, ooh, I got a hot bit with the jalapeno on that one. I had seeds. Oh, but kale holds up. Yeah, it gets kind of crunchy if you put it on top. Got a spicy bit. And waiting for the kale. Okay, let's do the end. So you can see the next step with the dough. Now, normally, let's take a look. Normally, we're going to want to let it come up a little bit more, but you can see it's definitely increased in size from when we put it in the bowl. So it can use a bit of time to proof, but that's okay. We can still do this. It'll just, because we are going to keep leaving it out to proof. What we want to do is just a touch of flour on the counter, just so it doesn't stick, and the air will come out and cut it into 4. And then what you want to do, I'll show you these. All you want to do is turn them into a ball. Individual. Like so. Just a touch of flour on wherever it's going. I'll show you one. I'll show you one more close up. So take the dough, and we're just turning it kind of underneath, inside, making a ball. Like so. Now, if you're wanting to use these, you want to proof them for probably another 20 minutes. They're going to double in size again, and then they'll be ready to roll out. But what I'm going to do with these is we'll save them for next time, and we'll put them in, they fit into a Ziploc bag. There we go. So they fit nicely into like an individual Ziploc bag, and you can freeze them. So what I'll do tonight, with this, you do want to cover it again as it's still proofing. Just cover it with a towel. Another 20 minutes, ready to go. You can put it in the bag for the freezer. It'll last for ages in the freezer. And then again, when you want to cook it, just take it out in the morning, and it's ready to go. So there we go. That's pizza dough. We're done. I'm gonna wait for this because I'm gonna cook a couple more little pizzas tonight for dinner, but we won't keep you on the stream. If you have any questions, don't forget, you can always leave me a comment on the video after it'll be posted on YouTube. So if you have any questions about it, if you're making it, don't hesitate to ask me a question. All the recipe is in the description with all the ingredients, a list, as well as the method to make the pizza dough. So thanks everybody for coming again on Monday. We finally made pizza. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks Christine and Nadia and Undell for the super chats. It's always super appreciated. I think I have to find some Marmite now and kale to find a recipe for, but that's it. So thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you again we'll see you at the next one. We'll be on Wednesday. We'll maybe do another style pizza or something. We'll figure something out, but always appreciate it. Thanks so much. Have a great week, and goodbye.